Have you ever lost your keys right before an important meeting? It's the worst. These small annoyances are part of life. They can really ruin your day. We all experience them. Let's explore why these little things bother us so much. These minor setbacks can trigger big emotional responses. We might feel our heart rate increase, our breathing might get faster. These physical changes are part of our body's stress response. But why do these seemingly insignificant events cause such a strong reaction? The answer lies in the complex workings of our brain and a fascinating phenomenon known as cognitive bias. Cognitive bias is a fascinating quirk of the human mind. It's like a funhouse mirror that distorts our perception of reality. These mental shortcuts influence our thoughts, judgments, and decisions, often without us even realizing it. Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic. Your mind, instead of focusing on the opportunity to listen to your favorite podcast, might zoom in on the frustration, making the traffic jam seem like an insurmountable obstacle. This is cognitive bias in action. Cognitive biases aren't inherently bad. They help us process information quickly in a world overflowing with stimuli. However, these mental shortcuts can also lead us astray, causing us to overreact to minor inconveniences. Our brains are hardwired for survival. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors faced constant threats in their environment. Back then, a rustle in the bushes could mean a dangerous predator. This fight-or-flight response is still very much active in our modern brains. When we encounter a minor annoyance, like a spilled cup of coffee, our brain might interpret it as a threat, triggering a disproportionate emotional response. In the grand scheme of things, a spilled coffee is a minor inconvenience. But our brain, clinging to ancient survival instincts, might perceive it as a disruption to our routine and a potential threat to our well-being. Cognitive overload. Too much information, too little patience. In today's fast-paced world, we're bombarded with information from all sides. Our brains are constantly processing a barrage of emails, social media notifications, news updates, and work demands. This constant influx of information can lead to cognitive overload, a state where our brains feel overwhelmed and exhausted. When we're already running on empty, even small annoyances can push us over the edge. Imagine your brain as a computer processor. When you have too many programs running simultaneously, your computer slows down, and tasks take longer to complete. Similarly, when our brains are overloaded, our ability to cope with stress and maintain emotional balance is compromised. Taming the frustration, simple strategies for a calmer you. While we can't eliminate minor annoyances from our lives, we can learn to manage our reactions to them. Here are a few simple strategies to help you tame the frustration and maintain your composure. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to the present moment without judgment. When you feel frustration building, take a few deep breaths and observe your thoughts and feelings without getting carried away by them. Reframe your perspective. Instead of focusing on the negative, try to find the silver lining. For example, if you miss your train, use the extra time to enjoy a cup of coffee or catch up on your reading. Challenge your thoughts. Ask yourself, is this really a big deal? Often our initial reactions are driven by automatic thoughts that might not be entirely rational. Challenge these thoughts and look for alternative explanations. By developing these simple habits, you can train your brain to react more calmly to minor setbacks and navigate the ups and downs of life with greater ease. Share your story, we're all in this together. So the next time you find yourself disproportionately irritated by a minor annoyance, remember that you're not alone. Our brains are wired to perceive small setbacks as bigger threats. Understanding this can help us approach these situations with greater awareness and compassion, both for ourselves and for others. What are some of the everyday nuisances that tend to push your buttons? Share your experiences in the comments below and let's continue the conversation. Remember, a little humor and a healthy dose of perspective can go a long way in navigating the inevitable bumps in the road of life.